Hi, Eagles. Welcome back to another broadcast of PGTV. I'm Emery, and I'm here with Bella to kick off the show.
That's right. Today we want to share a couple more of our videos that were finalists in the SivaCon contest, starting with our own video, Head in the Clouds.
We had tons of fun creating this video, despite all the challenges we ran into.
Yeah, like the wind.
And the camera battery.
And all those people walking in our shots.
Oh, and her dog that kept attacking me.
Okay, I think they get the idea. Our video was part of the creative expression category, and hopefully those of you that keep up with the trends will enjoy it.
And hopefully those of you that don't keep up with trends will also enjoy our video. Just enjoy our video, guys.
Or don't. We can't tell you what to do with your lives.
Roll the clips.
Write a script, make time, find a quiet place. Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
It's going.
Okay, well, I was just calling because I was thinking when you're done studying, I could pick you up and we could go to the drive-ins. Or if you still need to study, we could go get some coffee, have a study break. What do you think?
I think it'd be better if I stayed home.
If only you'd started your homework a little sooner.
Maybe you'd have a life outside your 4-bedroom walls.
I know.
So how have you been procrastinating?
Just scrolling through TikTok. Have you heard of shifting?
Is that thing where you travel to alternate realities?
Yeah, that's it. I really want to try it.
Seriously? Where would you even go?
Anywhere's better than here.
You know, our reality wouldn't be that bad if you would just get your work done.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. Okay, I need to go.
Go, but let me know when you're free, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
If you're wondering how to shift, you've come to the right place. Before you can shift, you need to write a script. These are essentially the rules you create for yourself in your alternate reality. What you look like, what will happen, and how you're affected by your surroundings will all be decided by you, given that you write them down. Now, you want to find a quiet place and go into a meditative state. Another helpful tool is listening to subliminals, which can be found online and encourage your shifting process to occur. It's all about trial and error. You might not get it on your first try, but it is important to keep trying. Those are all the steps. Good luck and happy shifting!
It was so real. It was like a dream, but I could feel everything.
Okay, well, don't get too caught up in Wonderland, Alice. You still have your life to live in the real world.
The real world will always be here, but shifting is different. I mean, you get to map everything out, and I mean, look, I wrote down I was in a nice place, I was
Safe and time is slower than it was in the real world, so...
Okay, wait. Hold on. Can I ask you something?
Sure, what's up?
How exactly do you shift?
I'm so glad you asked.
Ow!
Enjoying the view?
How are you even here?
I just did what you did.
Why are you here?
To save you.
From what?
From yourself. Yeah, I know it sounds stupid, but this whole shifting thing's gotten out of control. Do you know how hard I've been trying to get a hold of you? I've been worried sick about you, but you just care about your little fantasy land.
So?
So? You've been skipping class, you've been falling behind in schoolwork, who knows if you're even eating?
Thank you, Alyssa. I really appreciate it, but I can take care of myself, alright?
Clearly you can't.
Why do you care so much?
Because I'm your best friend, that's what I'm supposed to do.
I really don't need this right now, so can you leave?
You really don't listen, do you?
I'm gonna count to 3, and by the time I'm done, you better be gone. 1, 2, 3. You.
Me?
What the heck was that?
A reality check?
You think you're so funny, huh?
Yeah, I do think that was kind of funny.
This isn't a game.
Do you even hear yourself? You're going on and on about this dumb shifting thing. Suddenly it's controlling your life to the point you don't even have one anymore.
I have a life.
Really? What have you done with your life in the past 2 weeks? I'll tell you what I did. I went to the drive-ins twice. I painted a picture of a dog with a hat on. I started watching nature documentaries without you because you wouldn't respond to me when I asked you if you were free. And you know what I learned? I learned how to identify different types of clouds. And I was going to ask you if you wanted to go cloud watching because I thought it would be nice. But you wouldn't answer. I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't think you know who you are anymore. I'm sorry you can't see the damage it's doing, but I hope you learn sooner or later.
No. I'm the one that should be apologizing. I've been acting like a stubborn idiot, and I do deserve whatever I have coming for me. This world's not as exciting, but I have you to spend it with, and that's enough.
I guess I could forgive you. But no more shifting.
Never?
Never ever.
Fine.
Pinky promise.
Wait. You promise not to shift?
I promise not to shift. Where are you going?
For cloud watching.
See that? That huge cloud? That's a Nimbus cloud. Isn't that cool? Sure. I learned that on National Geographic.
Hey Eagles, Carson here with some important graduation information. This year, Pleasant Grove will host 2 graduations on May 25th at Monterey Trail High School, with the first graduation happening at 6 p.m. and the other at 8:15 p.m. Tickets will be distributed at graduation rehearsal, and it is mandatory to attend both rehearsals to walk. Each student will get 4 tickets per person and 1 parking pass. On May 21st, grad practice will be at 8 o'clock for graduation 1 and 10 o'clock for graduation 2. On May 24th, grad practice for 8 o'clock will be at 8 o'clock for graduation number 2 and 10 o'clock for graduation number 1. Diplomas will be distributed prior to graduation this year. On May 25th, last names A through L can pick up your diploma between 12 o'clock and 3:30, and on May 26th, last names M through Z can pick up diplomas from 12 o'clock to 3:30. Also, if you sign up to get a free senior shirt, they will be available for pickup along with a goodie bag between 12:20 and 5 o'clock on Wednesday, May 12th in front of the MP room. Finally, please, please, please consistently check Synergy and the school homepage for more information, and reach out to Mr. Platt if you have any questions regarding graduation. This year, I created a video called Born to Fly, where I was a finalist and won an honorable mention at the SIVA Awards. Born to Fly is a story about how I got my pilot's license while in high school and how you can too. Take a look. Master switch on. Clear prop. People ask me all the time why I love to fly. Honestly, it's just a feeling. Flying is one of those things that is just incredible. The rush of excitement as you speed down the runway with the ground slowly escaping is like no other. When you're in the air, life has a new perspective. All your problems float away as you enter this 3D world. Hi, my name is Carson, and if you want to learn how to fly an airplane and soar among the clouds, I'm here to tell you how. Becoming a pilot is easy with enough commitment and passion. And while the price tag might seem a little intimidating, there are a lot of organizations and groups out there who are there to help. However, we'll talk about that later. For now, let's discuss what it really means to be a pilot. As pilot in command of an aircraft, you have the total responsibility for the safety of you and your passengers as you navigate airspaces, understand weather, talk to air traffic control, and so much more. Now, I know that seems a little overwhelming, but it's okay. Any flight school you go to will train you to the highest standards that you will be very proficient in knowing how to fly an airplane, and then anyone can become a pilot, just like me, a high school student. The first step to getting your license is finding a school. In the Sacramento area, there are many schools. Sacramento Executive and McClellan are just to name a few. Now, these schools will help you train and go over all the groundwork and everything that's required to get your private pilot's license. I am part of the Flying Panthers Flight School here at McClellan Field up in northern Sacramento, and I actually had an interview with Cliff Young, the president, to talk to us more about what exactly it means to be a part of a flight school. Cliff?
My name is Cliff Young. I'm president of Flying Panthers Flight School in Sacramento. We're based out of McClellan Airfield. Flying Panthers is a nonprofit flight school. So we're a Part 61. Two kinds are a Part 61 and a Part 141. The difference is you have to ask yourself if you are, what your desire is ultimately. If you want to be a professional pilot and move into the commercial aspect of flying, that's a Part 141 usually. If you're interested in recreational enjoyment of flying, then you generally choose the Part 61. It'll take between $10,000 and $12,000 is basically a good ballpark for that. Some people can get it done for a little bit less, some for a little more, but that's pretty much what you're looking at. Where's the closest? You know, there's airports, large and small, and 141s are in both, and Part 61s are in both. So proximity to where you are, a familiarity with the area, and comfort zone you have with your speed of learning. The aviation community is a rather tight-knit group, and they take care of each other, and they're very interested in bringing people into the fold, as it were, because we love to fly, it's in our blood, and we think everybody probably would enjoy it if they're given the opportunity for the experience. So I think general aviation is a thoughtful group that really wants to see aviation be available for everybody and have everybody experience it. Anybody who's interested in flying, take a discovery flight and just go with an experienced certified flight instructor at your school of choice. Just experience it, see how it feels to you, and decide at that point, because you really can't make a determination without having the experience being in an airplane and talking to somebody.
Thank you, Cliff. Once you find your school, you want to reach out to them and see what it takes to get your training started. At these schools, they will show you everything you need to know about ground and written, along with flight training, your first solo, cross-country solo, and so much more. Their job is to prepare you for the private pilot check ride, where an examiner will observe your abilities as a pilot to safely navigate the sky. However, it's important to note that it's going to take a lot of hours of practicing and studying to get your license, but with the right determination, anyone can become a pilot. People come up to me a lot and say, Carson, I don't know much about aviation or where to begin. Well, what's really special about the aviation industry is that it is extremely inclusive and welcoming, especially for new pilots. However, there are a lot of organizations out there like the Experimental Aircraft Association, AOPA, and so many more to help new pilots get off the ground. I sat down with Gil Wright, the president of EAA Chapter 52. Gil?
Gil Wright. I'm the president of EAA Chapter 52 here in Sacramento, and I have a great passion for supporting youth about aviation. Well, EAA is a national organization that was founded over 60 years ago, and it's been a very important force within aviation. And during that time, they've helped aviation grow and support much of what is general aviation. It's always been it's a village, and people who have the dream of flight will oftentimes come to airports. And people who have learned to fly, somebody had to teach them. And so everybody's looking of ways to paying it forward to those who have the interest and the passion. Decades ago, kids who were interested about flying would go to the airport and they'd say, sweep the hangars out, clean the airplanes, and exchange, taking care of airplanes for rides and get their private pilot's certificate at that time. The one thing that I've come to realize and appreciate about aviation is that you can never learn it all. And if you're curious, your curiosity will take you to wherever you wish to take it. And there's a number of organizations that you can do things like EAA has a program called the Young Eagles, which is where kids who from age 8 through 18 are able to get their introductory flight on a small airplane. Then you can get a certificate for your first introductory hour in an airplane. At many of the flight schools, Sacramento Executive Airport has a number of flight schools. Lincoln as well as Auburn have flight schools. And you just kind of go see what local airports there are and see what's available. Aviation's an amazing journey, and keep in mind that when you travel 1 mile on a road, you've traveled 1 mile. If you travel 1 mile from an airport, you can fly to anywhere on the planet. Huge amounts of aviation there. Interesting piece about Sac City College is that the founder of Sac City College, Hilton Lusk, he actually saw the Wright brothers flying circus in 1910 as a kid. And he was so inspired by that, he learned how to fly, and he actually helped set up and establish Sac City College's aeronautics programs in the late 1920s and early 1930s, so people could learn how to work on airplanes and fly them. That's a resource here in Sacramento that it's always, you never know where aviation is going to take you, nor, more importantly, where an inspiration may take a youth. But I strongly urge families to embrace that exploration, because it'll change your family. It'll change your child's future too.
Flying has been a dream of mine for a long time. I plan to continue my career and one day become an airline pilot. But before I leave for college, I want to share the joy and excitement of flying high above the clouds. Looking down at everything and realizing that all the hard work was worth it. Anyone can be a pilot, so if you've ever had an interest, I encourage you to look into it, and maybe you'll find that same love and passion for aviation as I have. We are here to support you. See you in the sky.